What's going on, everybody? This is Jack Danaher 2001 here, and I'm back with the unboxing review of the 2015 Plarail Gordon. Now, I bought this on Amazon, and I bought it by Amazon Prime, but it didn't arrive until a week later. But who cares? I got this train, and I'm very proud of it, so let's take a look at the box first. This is the new box, which I didn't expect to get. I mean, we've seen the old boxes that used to have the old Thomas promo from the Nitrogen era or the Shamrock Miller era. Now they presented it in the Brenner era. I'm surprised now that the BWBA era might come to a close. Can't believe the show will probably end on a sour note, which we've seen that coming, so yeah, the show will die. So here's the box, and here's the underneath. So it has an express coach, which is good. I mean, normally, back in the Fisher Price and Mattel era, before Trackmaster 2 came along, or Motorized came along, they didn't make express coaches. They didn't, which is surprisingly sad. I mean, express coaches are rare when it comes to these trains. So, let's go ahead and a box 2015 Gordon, and this will be in fast motion. Okay, so here we have 2015 Gordon, his tender, and the express coach. So let's take a look at the express coach. So now that I have a few of these, I mean, I have 3 green express coaches, and I did customs of red express coaches, which you will see in the video, which is a spoiler alert, and I'll show you the comparison of the other 3 express coaches, which from the Tomy era, back when the 2003 Gordon was around, and this is the 2015 one. So different paint schemes. Yeah, even though I painted the tops gray, because I just want to make them identical, so that's why. So, let's take a comparison between these 3 coaches. Now, see that the paint has changed for the past 2 decades, I would say. Oh my. Yeah, but the past 2 decades, these changed. I mean, the tone is, the color tone has changed. Even though I add these buffered details in. Yeah, the tone of the green has changed. So here's the old one. Now you can tell the difference. So it has a different green tone. This one is more cream. And this one is a mix of white cream. It's more of a white than a cream. And this is a slightly more cream and slightly less white. So well, that's a good comparison, and the groove of this express coach has a darker shade of gray, more so, and it looks like it never changed. I mean, though I can't tell the difference. Like I said, I've already repainted the rooftops gray, so I'll do the same thing. So here we have with the tender. This is no longer battery powered on the tender. But as you know, tender engines back then used to have batteries in here and the motor powering the engine. So there was a wire, and it caused issues because they keep breaking off when they play too much. And so that's why they're all discontinued now. This is just an individual, which I think is good. So here is the engine himself. So this is 2015 Gordon. Let's take a look at the face. I'll have to focus with the camera. There we go. So here's the face. It's definitely a CGI one. Not bad. Not bad at all. I really like this model though. Now, the reason why I bought this Plarail Gordon is that I will make this into Rex. Now, you've been thinking, haven't you already made Rex? Well, I decided to change my mind. I decided to create 98462 out of a 2012 James. So it was, Rex was made from a 2012 James. So I decided to make him to 98462. And the custom review of that will be coming soon. So you better get your pants on. Because 87546 and 98462 custom reviews, as they're together, will be coming very soon. So yeah, I remember in the review, most people are familiar with the side rods, which I think they're a nice touch to it. I wish that Takara told me you kept on using these traction rods for the bigger engines, like Henry and Rebecca. I mean, those are good models, but they don't have these traction rods. And what about Percy too? That would have been a nice touch. But these are fake wheels, and I'm surprised that these are not painted in. What's very disappointing is that this is in the way. That's because it's for the drive unit. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and test this model to see if it runs. Let's better hope that this works. If it doesn't, and I guess this review would have never happened. And yes, it runs very fast, just like all the other Tomy engines for years. Alright then. Very good model. If I can get this back in. There it goes. Sometimes I struggle with these, especially when it comes to newer models. Before you give him his run, I would like to take a comparison between the 2015 Gordon and the 2003 Plarail Gordon. So, I forgot to mention, so here's the front. I mean, I see no changes in the front except for the face, CGI face. I mean, this is more basic and this is more advanced, I would say, between these two models. I mean, this is the C battery version and this is the AA version, so I hope you know the difference. If you don't, now you understand. Oh yeah, big changes with this model. I mean, this has windows, sticker windows, while this one doesn't, which is disappointing too. Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting when it comes between these two. The battery's in here, and this works. The battery is in here, and this runs. So, I would like to give it a race between these two. Obviously, I'm hoping it's going to be a tight one, and these are holes. And so here's the tender. Not much of a difference except for the font. I mean, this is more classic, and this is the style that have been used since the CGI era. I mean, not much difference of the tender other than it doesn't need a battery. And here's the other side. You can clearly tell which is better from this side because of this is in the way, because of the motor and the drive unit. So, yeah, very good difference between these two. You know, I like to make this into Rex, and I thought this is the best model. And I will get 2018 Henry, so I can recreate Bert. Now, just so you know that I'm redoing the other steel engines. Now, you'll be thinking, that's a stupid idea. You've already done it. Well, I just think the models are incorrect, and I want to make them as realistic as best as I can. So, that being said, let's go give 2015 Gordon his run, and after his run, we'll have a race. We're at the rally, and here comes Plarail 2015 Gordon's run. Here we go. Even though it says 2014 on the back, But this is 2015 because it came out in 2015. Anyway, here we go. So here's Gordon's hill climb. Let's see if he can take 4 express coaches, and he did it. And he does a very good job, especially with 4 express coaches. Alright, now, let's have a race. As you know, like I said, you're going to hear this over and over again. So before we end this video, I'll let you give it a race between 2015 Gordon and 2003 Gordon. Both Plarail. So, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, off we go. And they're off. And 2003 Gordon had an early lead, but it looks like 2015 Gordon will have a grand finish. So off they go. And it's looking pretty tight between these 2 trains. Lap 2 complete. It looks like you will be tight. Well, it looks like 2015 Gordon will have a better shot at winning. '15 Gordon is really conquering this race. So that there is lap 3, and it's looking very tight. Looking like a very tight race. And it looks like I know who will be the winner. And it looks like it will be... Oh, struggling through. It's 2015 Plarail Gordon. 2015 Plarail Gordon is the winner. So YouTubers, there it is. The boxing review of the 2015 Plarail Gordon. Now, there won't be much to talk about Gordon because he's one of the main characters of the show. I won't be talking about much about him. Like, I won't talk about the Railway series, I won't talk about the TV series, I won't talk about the specials, I won't talk about anything. I mean, just like the first 6 engines, I will not talk about. So that's the very weird way to end this video. So yeah, that is it for the unboxing review of the 2015 Plarail Gordon. This is Jack Danaher 2001 here saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.